Hey, what's up guys, PvE here, and this is my Holy Priest guide. I'm going to be talking about, this is the main talents and spells and stuff. This is a beginner's guide for anyone who's looking to start playing Holy. These are your main spells. You got Prayer, Mending, Renew, Flash Heal, Heal, Great Heal, and your Chakras, which I'll talk about later. The Chakras are the main thing of Holy. It's what makes Holy holy. Yeah, but basically, so I'm going to talk about talents anyway. So the first tier is complete situational. It's whatever CC you want. They all do certain things, but I'd probably say the first two are the better, because with dominant mind you have to be controlling your target, so it means you can't be healing while controlling the target. And your next tier is all about movement. Phantasm is a PvP spell, so you probably won't be using that one. Angelic Feather and Body and Soul, the ones you're going to be choosing that of. Body and Soul gives you more control of when you want the speed ups. Basically, I cast Powered Shield, they get a speed up. I know when they're going to get it, right? But if I put down a feather, they choose when they want the speed up. It's whichever one you prefer. I like having the control. For the next tier, it's completely situational as well. It depends on your play style. I'm actually going to be using Mindbender, I think. Where do I put it on my bar? Oh, it's right there. It's right there. Basically, it's like Shower. It's an upgraded version of Shower Fiend, so you get more mana. For Holy, you get mana back every time you use Powered Solace. So, but I think for Holy, when you're not going to be Atonement healing, Mindbender is probably the best. For this tier, Angelic Bulwark or Desperate Purr. Basically, Desperate Purr means you can use it whenever you want to use it. Where is it on my bar? It's right there. Okay. And Angelic Bulwark, it procs when it procs. So that just that depends. Alright, I'll talk about this tier in a second. But on this tier, on the last tier, Cascade basically is good for when everyone's spread for healing. Divine Star is good for when everyone's stacked. And Halo depends on your positioning. If everyone's stacked, that's nice, but what you're gonna have to do is be 25 yards away so that they get the biggest heal out of it. It's good still when they're stacked anyway, but that's the best way of using it. I like Cascade, but I would be using Divine Star if everyone's stacked. Anyway, so for this tier, Divine Insight is the best one. Now, what Divine Insight does for Holy, when you cast Great Heal, Prayer of Healing, there is 40% chance that your next Prayer of Mending will not trigger its cooldown and will jump to each target instantly. So basically, what that means is you're going to be like, let's see, I can't really show you because I don't have anyone. I don't have anyone it can jump to. But basically, what that does is it means you can use another one again as soon as it ends, or you can have two up. I think you can have two up at a time. So and the first one will be jumping to targets, healing them and stuff, so they don't have to get hit for it to work. So Divine Insight's the best one for Holy, and Power Infusion is okay, but I think Divine Insight beats it, especially if you're casting, like, if you don't need to be casting Great Heal or Heal a lot, then I suppose you could use Power Infusion, because Power Infusion goes well with some of your Chakras and some of your like AoE healing. But anyway, so for glyphs, I use Master Spell, Prayer of Mending, and Circle of Healing. The Circle of Healing one, it heals an additional target, but the mana cost is increased. That's not a big deal if you have enough spirit. For Prayer of Mending, your first Prayer of Mending tick does 6% more, but it has one fewer charge. That's good for tank healing, and 10 mana I'd probably say it's good for. Master Spell means you can just dispel more, like, things that aren't normally dispellable. There's other glyphs you can use. You can use Renew, Lightwell, not Prayer of Mending, nope, not that one. Spirit of Redemption, Binding Keel, Inner Sanctum, Fade, and Master Spell. I've already got that one. So I'm going to talk about the Lightwell one though, because the Lightwell one is really good. It's probably one of the best ones, but I don't use it because this is an ult, and I do Rangefinder, and in Rangefinder people don't tend to click the Lightwell, but what Lightwell does now is you don't need to click it, it'll just automatically heal. But what the glyph does is it no longer automatically heals, people have to click it, but it heals more. So if you're in a raid, like where you've got 10 people and you're not in a guild and stuff, they'll know to click it, and you can tell them, come on, click the Lightwell, and it's more healing. So if you're in a raid and you're doing proper progression and stuff, and you want to be using Glyph of Lightwell probably instead of Mending or something, because it really is, like, if you click the Lightwell, exactly, like, you know, click the Lightwell. That is like the main like thing that you hear from Holy and whatever. But it is a really good glyph. So one sec. I'm going to talk about the stat priority, and there's 10 man and 25 man. It depends what you'll be doing. But for 25 man, it's intellect, and then it is spirit. Up to wherever you're comfortable with the spirit. It's all down to you. I'm okay with how much I've got. I've got more than I need, I think. Mastery, and then it's mastery, and then crit, then haste. That's for 25 man, because your mastery, it increases all direct heals. Heal for an additional 22%. If you're healing a lot of people, that's just a lot of a lot of hots in everyone. Especially if you're flash healing, let's say, in a situation where you need a flash heal. One sec, let me check. Echo of Light, and it even works with Circle of Healing. So if you're spamming Circle of Healing on cooldown, and Cascade, for example, that's a lot of healing that people are going to get. And if you have a bit more mastery, a lot more healing. I have mastery currently because this is my disc, yeah. But anyway, that's besides the point. For 10 man, it's int and spirit again. Again, down to you, how much spirit you want. Then it's haste to a soft cap, and I will link the soft cap in the description so that you can have a look, because it's different for everybody. I can't go, oh, you need this one or this one, because it's different, depending on what gear you've got. And then it's crit, and then mastery. You're going to be healing, like, probably a lot less. Like, people in, obviously going to be healing less people in, oh, there we go, there's that thing. So, there we go, it procced instantly. Now it's gone because it's got no one to bounce to, but it healed me straight away, so it's really nice. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so in 10 man, you're going to be healing less people, so there's going to be less reason to have mastery. Let's say you get 2 healing, you're going to be healing one group, so having the crit there, especially with Prayer of Healing, especially since there's only 2 groups to heal, if you crit with Prayer of Healing, you're not going to need the extra tick, so... So yeah, anyway, let me talk about the chakras you have. You have 3 chakras. You have Chakra Serenity, Chakra Shatai, is that you say it? I don't know. And Chakra Sanctuary. Sanctuary is the one you're going to be using for AoE, and Serenity is going to be the one you use for single target. Well, and I'd probably say Serenity is going to be using for 10 man, and Sanctuary is going to be used for 25 man. Sanctuary can be used in 10 man, obviously, if you need it, but yeah. I don't know if you... Let me read out Shadow's for you. Increase the damage done by your Shadow and Holy spells by 50%. 10% to reset the Smite. 10% for chance to reset the cooldown of Holy World Shadows. I don't think this will be... This is more damage. You won't be using that one, but anyway. Let me read out the main 2, because these are the main 2 I was reading about before. Serenity increases healing done by your single target healing spells by 25%. And causes them to refresh the duration of your Renew on the target. So... basically, that's actually pretty nice. You can put Renew on 2 people, let's say, and just keep healing them, and you're not going to have to cast Renew again. But yeah, and transforms your Holy Word Chastise. I'm going to keep saying Chastise. I'm not going to say it from now on because it's probably going to annoy a lot of people that are saying, oh, you're saying it wrong. But and it turns it to Serenity, and basically just heals people. Increase the critical effect chance of your healing spells by 25% for 6 seconds. So boom, and then. You're going to use, let's use this, let's see if it crits. Yeah, no it didn't. But that's another reason why it's good for 10 man, because you're going to be healing less people, and you're going to be wanting to crit them more. That's why that was actually pretty good. Now for, where is it? I can't use it yet, but I'll read out Sanctuary. Increase the healing done by your area effect spells by 25%, and reduces the cooldown of your Circle of Healing by 2 seconds, and will transform your Holy Word, I'm not going to say it, but it will transform your main spell into Holy Word Sanctuary, which is an AoE thing on the ground. I'm not sure yet. So here it is, and it's that. Now this is why you're going to use it for 25 man or for AoE situations, because it's quite nice. And then you can spam Circle Healing more, and that's your main healing spell in AoE situations. I'll talk about it in a sec as I go through the rotation, which is right here. Now for 25 man, you want to be using Circle Healing a lot. Heal to top off people, Renew on people that need it, and that's with low amounts of damage. With higher amounts of damage, you're going to be using Circle of Healing again off cooldown, Holy Word Sanctuary all the time, and Prayer Bending. Flash heal is when you need it, if it's an emergency. Cascade will be good as well, but that's not a spell for Holy, so that's not listed here. But yeah, you want to be using Cascade or whatever spell you picked. For tank healing, you want to keep Renew on the target. You want to use heal, / great heal, / flash heal when needed, and Prayer of Mending. If you've got Serenity active, you want to keep using Holy Word Serenity on the guy, on the tank. And for 10 man, You want to renew and you want to refresh it with Holy Word Serenity on whatever, however many people you can. Cascade, unless if you're using it. And if you're stacked up, you want to use Sanctuary, Prayer, Mending. You should make sure it's always active, and then you want to Flash Heal, or Great Heal whenever needed. Now, I'm going to talk about the cooldowns, which are over here at the side. You have quite a lot of cooldowns as Holy. You've got Hymn of Hope, which gives you mana, and it increases your mana by 15% for 8 seconds, as is the mana spell. He's Mindbender. No, it's not Mindbender, it's Shadow Fiend, but it's Mindbender because I took the talent, which basically gives mana back every time it attacks, which is really nice for mana regen. You want to use it on cooldown if you need the mana. Then you got Divine Hymn, which is basically like it's basically Tranquility, but for a Holy Priest, and it doesn't have the extra tick after the cast like Tranquility does, but then it increases healing done to them for 10 seconds by 10% for 8 seconds. So let's see when it ends. Is it when it ends? Let's have a look. Oh, here it is. Divine Hymn. Increase, like, basically after you get hit by it once, it gives you the buff and then it will refresh. I'm pretty sure it refreshes every time. So the next, like the first one tick isn't going to do much, but then the next tick is going to do quite a bit. Let's see. You have Guardian Spirit, which is basically you put it on a tank. Well, you usually put it on a tank. Calls upon the Guardian to watch over the friendly target. The spirit increases healing received by the target by 60%. Also prevents the target from dying by sacrificing itself. This sacrifice terminates the effect, but heals the target 50% of the maximum health. That's good for if the damage effect is coming in on a tank. You want to use it on a tank, or on a person if they're about to die because they studied something that they shouldn't have. But yeah, then there's Desperate Prayer, which I talked about earlier. That's one of my talents. And then you got Lightwell, which, like I said before, is really good, but it will automatically heal if you don't have the glyph. Let me take some damage and I'll show you how much it does. Let's have a look. There we go. Is it going to heal me? No, I got healing. It's not going to heal me. Let me take more damage. There we go. Let's have a look if it does it. It's not healing me. You can't click it. Maybe it only heals if it's in combat. It must only heal in combat, but I wanted to see how much healing it would do. Anyway, then the other cooldown is your Holy Word. For now, right now it's Sanctuary, but basically it's one of your major cooldowns. Well, not major cooldowns, one of your minor cooldowns, let's say. But you want to be using it on cooldown, depending on what tracker you got on. You want to be using the one that you want to be using it no matter what tracker you got on, basically. And you got Powered Shield, which you don't use as much as Holy. You'd only use it if there is no other Disc Priest, or if the Disc Priest can't use the Power Shield at that time on the target you want to be using it on. If there's a Disc Priest, you probably won't be using it that much. You probably won't be using it that much anyway. It's only good. It's usually good on tanks, but that's about it. You have Void Shift, which switches the HP of the target to you, so saving someone's life maybe. So there are your cooldowns. Holy has quite a decent amount of cooldowns compared to like Disc and let's say, and Shadow. Shadow doesn't have many cooldowns either, but Holy is really nice. Anyway, and it's got the same utility as the other specs. It's got your Master Spell, your Leap of Faith, and Shackle Undead, your Fear, Purify, which is basically the spell, your Fear Ward. If you need to protect someone from a fear, put it on them. Your Fade and Dispel Magic. You might want to use the Fade glyph. I recommend it in some fights maybe if you want to take less damage, but yeah. So they're utilities and gem. I'm going to talk about gems. You want to either use Revitalizing Meta Gem or a Legendary Gem. In the blue sockets, you want to use Sparkling Gems. Sparkling River's Heart, is it? Yeah, Sparkling River's Heart. In the red sockets, you want to be using Purified Imperial Amethyst. For 25 man, you want to use Zenwild Gems. So wait, in the yellow sockets, for 25 man, you want to use Zenwild Gems, but in 10 man, you want to use Misty Wild Gems. And then about professions, is just whichever ones give stats, as long as you can get an extra 320 intellect. I think it's 320, it might be 640, I don't know. It's quite a lot of extra intellect. Blacksmithing is really good because it gives you a gem socket, which means you can choose what kind of stat you want. So you could use Spirit if you wanted. But for macros and enchants, that are the next two things I'm going to talk about. Macros, mass over macros. There's not many other macros you could use. Mass over macro on Leap of Faith on all your healing spells if you would like. I like to have mass over macros on my healing spells. And for enchants, what you want to do is you want to get as much, well, depending on if you want mastery or haste. If you're 10 man, you want mastery the enchants, and you want in 25 man you want the haste one. Is it haste? Or is it the crit one? Let me go find the piece of paper. For 25 man it's mastery, yeah, and so 10 man it's haste. So if I said that right way, did I say that right way the first time? I don't know. But for your legs, you want the leg enchant. You want the spirit one and the inlet one. For your boots, you want Panda and Footstep. For your offhand, you want intellect. Main hand, you want Jade Spirit. For your braces, you want intellect. I don't have them. You probably want spirit for your chest or plus 80 stats. Intellect for your cloak. The 200 intellect and 100 crit strike for your shoulders, and that is it. That is the gems. That is all the enchants that you're going to be wanting. So yeah, I'm going to do another video which will be me doing some sort of boss as Holy to show you how to heal as Holy in a fight situation. If the guide helped, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in part 2 of the Holy Priest guide.